16 Penn swimmers penning a letter to school and Ivy League officials saying their transgender teammate, Leah Thomas, holds an unfair advantage over them. The swimmers quite write, quote, biology, Leah holds an unfair advantage over competition in the women's category, as evidenced by her ranking that have bounced from number 462 as a male to number 1 as a female. Cynthia Millen is a former USA swimming official, and she joins us now. Cynthia, it seems to me that this is just a clear case of unfairness. So why isn't there more outrage on this issue?
Well, people like to point out that Leah is following NCAA rules. The NCAA rule, however, is an 11-year-old rule based on a 2006 sociology study that said that he would basically have no advantage. And we all know that that's not true. Now, the NCAA said they're going to follow USA Swimming rules. And USA Swimming just enacted a rule saying that the swimmer would have to keep his testosterone at a lower level. And if there was proof of unfairness, that a three-person panel would determine whether or not that person could swim. It's clearly unfair, Lawrence, because testosterone has nothing to do with the advantage that Leah has. Leah is a bigger person, has more lung capacity, bigger heart, more fast twitch muscles, basically has all the legacy attributes that any male athlete would bring to the table.
So, Cynthia, when you see that Leah is breaking all the records, isn't that evidence enough? I mean, you just come in and you start breaking all the records that all the women had before. Shouldn't that be evidence to say, okay, this is clearly unfair?
Absolutely, especially when he was 462nd as a male. Basically, a middle-of-the-road male swimmer couldn't come in and beat females. I mean, Lawrence, it'd be the same as if a male from the NBA went on the WNBA circuit.
Right.
There are clear distinctions between males and females, and that is why the only way for fairness to be guaranteed is for there to be division by biological sex.
You know, you make an interesting point. They once made a movie about that. It was called Joanna Man. And now this is actually happening in real life. Cynthia, how big is it that women are now speaking up? It seems like there was some public pressure in the sense to say, you got to let this happen to suppress your point of view, or you'll be called someone that is hateful.
Right. It is really a large groundswell now, and it's good to see. There are young women, there are swimmers, there are former swimmers, there are coaches. Some of our great Olympic coaches, like Dave Salo, have come out and spoken against this. And there's another issue here, too, as well, the locker room. These girls deserve their privacy. These girls deserve a space where they can change their clothes and not have a biological male there. And he is a biological male. So there's a lot of issues here, legal and otherwise, but most importantly, the girls deserve a chance to compete on a fair playing field against one another.
Do women win when this is all said and done? Because I honestly think that the pendulum has swung so far to the other side that it doesn't seem like you guys have a shot. What do you see?
Oh, I agree with you totally. Women are not winning with this. As a matter of fact, it's erasing women from sports and from the language. When you say that a trans woman is a woman, what does that mean about the rest of us who are truly women? What advantage does this give a young girl who is going to grow up to be a basketball player or a volleyball player or a swimmer when she knows that there's always going to be some male who could beat her? So this really erases women. This is not fair to women. It violates Title IX, and it probably violates some Pennsylvania state statutes as well.
Yeah. Well, Cynthia, I think it means a lot to these women that are on the college level, having you, someone that is a legend like you, speaking out on this. So we thank you for coming on Fox and Friends today.
Thank you so much.